Ooh, boy, I tell you, this is nasty.
Really the worst flip house I have seen all year.
This tile is lipping so bad, I damn near killed myself walking through the kitchen.
They didn't even finish installing the dishwasher.
They didn't follow the manufacturer instructions with the faucet.
Look at the cabinets and then the backsplash. Looks unlevel, right? Yeah, well, that's because it is. My favorite part is
Oh, did you see the faucet? You turned it inside and then the water turned on. You didn't turn it towards you. You turn it towards the wall and the water turns on. That's silly.
not that they used inappropriate fasteners, but how many pilot holes they had to drill because they couldn't find the stud the first time. Let's use all the fasteners. Rather than installing an actual light switch. And do you see that bulkhead? No joke, this phone is at eye level. That's gonna hurt. I'm really glad they replaced the floor drain when they did the new tile floor. Well, at least they installed this sink correctly. Never mind. Oh look, a little bit of paint overspray on the breakers. I see they at least replaced the missing screws in the panel. Oh yeah, by the way, that's an improper screw. So sharp, pointy screws are never a good idea and are actually prohibited in electrical panels. Didn't even bother to install a cover. That's random. I just found this by accident. Because handrails are for losers. That window well is non-egress compliant. Never see gaps. Ever. We don't even have vent registers, like... Anyway.
Is that the floor vent? Dang, that's the floor vent. That is evil.
In this bedroom. I mean, It looks like they may have run new HVAC ducts, but didn't do anything to the flooring. That's weird. Well, there's some damaged drywall already, but it's painted freshly, so I guess today we paint drywall, we don't fix. They did a really good job grouting.
Today we paint the drywall, we do not fix it. No, this is not for you to fix, this is for us to paint over and cover. Best job you will ever see.
Time. Flippers be flipping. Didn't even bother with the transition strip right there. And before any of you ask, yes, the toilet's loose. At least there's a new bathroom vanity, but the plumbing is 100% wrong. Not supposed to do that. So that is actually causing a water leak. Let's go see if we can find it downstairs too. So this bulkhead is directly below the bathroom upstairs. And as you can see, we do have a leak that follows the drywall seams all the way down to right there. Yep. Oh yeah. So the panel is off and you can actually see all that backsplash water is coming all the way down. All the way down.
Would you like to buy this house? Come on, let's for real. Would you like to buy this house? Is this like where you would want to live? Like, cause you flippers, if you're somebody you're aspiring to flip and you're watching this, take your lessons from this reaction. You need to work with people that already know what they're doing. You don't need to get out here and pretend to flip or think you're doing HDTV. You're not. You're giving somebody a hazardous place to live. This is a skill. This is not something that you just watch on TV, you go do. This is not selling sunset.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm on one of the
Splash water is coming.
seen in quite a while. Looks good, right? But this is obviously an illegal addition. I'd show you outside, but this was built below grade, so that's going to be fun when it rains heavy. In our garage, to this water heater that red tagged, corroded to hell.
Ooh.
Not functional because the gas is not even turned on here.
If you're gonna flip a house, please just if the water heater looks like that, just switch out the water heater. Just switch it out. See, some of these guys, they spend so much money cutting corners. Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. And if you need a loan to actually flip houses, look at the description below. We do those. We do all 50 states. We can help you out. Some of the best lenders in the game. Yeah.
But this is the part I wanted to show you, actually. So this is ready to move in according to the flippers. It's our furnace. No gas line. No exhaust vent. AC is not hooked up. As a matter of fact, there's no condenser unit outside. Inside there is a whole bunch of rodent droppings, damage, and then up in the attic, this is all our ductwork. This is a...
If you wonder why we laughing and you have no idea, a duct is supposed to run from where he's pointing to right there, this little circle portion, over to that drain out. So in your attic, it runs from one portion to the next and it drops down, it plugs in. That's how you get circulation going to different parts of your place. I've seen it before when the duct work wasn't done correctly or not connected. And dude, I as an agent, as somebody show us, I tell my people, listen, this ain't for you. If you see something like this and you're buying a house, this is not for you. I don't care what the house looks like, how beautiful it looks. You're going to experience some issues when you move in.
Disaster. No two ways about it.
This might be the worst flipped home ever. Check out this microwave. This flipper put the screws right through the cabinet and then into the actual microwave. And he did it for all of them. And look at that huge gap between the microwave and the cabinet. This is so ratchet. All right, it keeps getting better. Notice there are no outlets above these counters, and the counters and the cabinets aren't even screwed to the wall. So no outlet over here either, and the cabinet is not secured to the wall. And super blast mode. So you can see the head and the faucet are on at the same time. And then if you pull the diverter, super blast mode for when you're super dirty. All right, I'm gonna give the flipper credit for this. This is pretty cool. Obviously the door was too wide, and I'm not sure what he cut these with. It looks like he cut this door with a pair of scissors. And then they just gave up on the plumbing and the crawl space. They were like, fuck it. It is 4:59 on Friday. We're going home. Shit, somebody's turning on some water, and it's totally flooding this crawl.
Wow. I'm just talking to you from a guy. At one time, I think I had $1 million+ worth of money in flips out at one time. And damn. This is bad. This is destructive. This is what you don't want. This is what you don't want. And it comes from hiring bad contractors, honestly. And some of you guys are going to like it. I mean, I'm not even going to go down that road because y'all can't even handle it. Some of y'all can't even handle what I would say concerning this. But it is about hiring bad subcontractors. Just because people say they can do the work on a place, don't mean they can actually do the work on a place. And I've learned that the hard way too.
Space. What a freaking mess. Oh my goodness. This is so bad. This is what happens when you buy a flip, guys. Be careful out there.
What's up, man? How you doing? Check this out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, is this the one that...
Yeah, oh yeah. Come check this out. Watch this. I don't know what they're doing, but Look at the flooring in this house. See all those lines? And then look, like over here,
Ooh.
you can see down to the subfloor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It gets better.
Dang.
I don't know what they're doing. We're gonna have to rip some things out, but check this out. Isn't that wild?
They say you can lay
Wow.
on top of linoleum.
That's fine, but look, it's like all coming up.
Yeah.
And they just did it right before posting the house for sale. And when I went to make the offer,
Wow. When you do floors, those panels are supposed to line up correctly going down. It's supposed to shuffle. I don't care if you walk into a house and you like everything about it. If that flooring is wrong and you can see the subfloor, you better believe that the electrical and some of this other stuff is wrong. Nobody comes in and just F's up the subfloor. They screw up everything. Everything. Not just one thing. If they have a subcontractor, if your contractor has a subcontractor and one of them does that, you can guarantee the one who did the electrical and the plumbing is screwed up too.
I was like, hey, we got a budget in a remodel. And they're like, no, you can put your own touch to it, but we're not going to change the price. I was like, no, it's not your own touch. It's redoing everything you did wrong.
Wow.
I know. So I'll get to ripping this stuff down.
Okay.
But yeah, I told them inspections are today, so we do what we can.
I think this is the worst flip that I've ever inspected. I get the question in the comments a lot. Has there ever been a house that has been so bad and you felt so unsafe that you just didn't do the inspection or you just left? This inspection was one of those places where I didn't even want to be in the house. Just to give you a little heads up, little preface. When I walked into the utility room of this house, I could smell propane. And when I looked down at the propane line coming in from the outside, I can see blue painter's tape wrapped around the propane plumbing trying to stop a leak. When I asked the seller if the range worked, because when I turned it on, it didn't ignite, he walked over with a torch and said, we light it with a torch. And I'm thinking to myself, I can smell propane in the house, and he's just about to light up a torch. And I'm like, no, sir, no, don't light that. So at this point, like, I'm ready to get out of the house. I walk in and I'm looking at the furnace, and right in front of the furnace, 3 inches away from the furnace, is a plastic container, like tank, full of heating oil or diesel fuel. And they've just got the line to the burner, the furnace, just dropped right into this tank. As I looked down at the furnace, I could see carbon deposits all over it and areas of soot and discoloration. So I could tell that the furnace wasn't operating properly. And I'm looking up and there's Romex running through metal studs with the knockouts with no plastic bushings or anything. And I'm just like, oh Lord, this place is so unsafe.
Everybody says they want.
When they started with the propane, that's enough for me. That is way more than enough for me. When that propane is leaking, when that gas is leaking, propane. When that gas is leaking, when they started with the gas, everything has to be turned off. Nothing can be turned back on until those leaks are fixed. That is the worst part of when you flip and you find. I mean, I flipped and I found some crazy stuff, but a gas leak like that covered with tape? God. You'll kill everybody, including your subcontractors. They'll kill themselves. They'll blow themselves up. They will. The worst. I hope this helps you, because I suspect there's a lot of flips out here on this market. And as the market inventory tightens, we're going to see more and more mom and pop flippers flip projects and resell them because there's low inventory. And these institutional investors, they do it worse. Trust me. I mean, I bought a house from Open Door, and I found a sponge in between two metal lines going over metal water lines. And every time you would turn on the water, it would go. And you're like, what kind of noise is that? They as bad. Open Door, OfferPad, they as bad as some of these mom and pops.
Get into real estate by doing fix and flips, but they have no idea what the market is actually doing in the area they're trying to flip in. Exit strategy, no comp research, literally just going to YouTube. But YouTube doesn't always have all the answers. They have some, but not all. I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, right now in the Houston area, fixing and flipping is not worth it. Spending $250K plus to acquire the property, $80 to $100K to renovate it. You got holding costs, permit delays, contractors you got to chase down just to maybe walk away with $30 to $50K. The market don't shift if you're in mid-renovation, if it appraises right, if it even sells. Too many variables, too much guessing. Not enough return for the stress. So if you were to play it smart in Houston, you would focus on new construction and buying and holding. Yes, you would build it and rent it, or you would just buy a quick move-in home, ready to go, brand new already, and again, rent it. Why? Because you want assets that hold value, appreciate over time, and give you cash flow with minimal repairs. Brand new homes mean no major maintenance for like the first 10 years. Higher rent premiums, higher quality tenants, equity that grows without you having to do any damn thing. You should be buying in developing zip codes, targeting where people want to live but inventory is low, building where builders are already betting money. You play the long game, because ownership without longevity is just a hustle. And the goal is to build what? Wealth. Oh yeah, flipping looks cute on camera. It does. But if you're really trying to invest and not just experiment, then you need to be talking buy and hold. You need to be talking new builds. Give me Houston plays. If you want to learn the zones that are targetable, type of builds you need to be buying, how to start securing real equity.
And she's not lying. You consider this real quick. You only going to make $30K off of that $300,000. She's not lying. To get that done, you're gonna risk $300K. You're gonna put, and people don't get it. To get a loan, sometimes you gotta at least have a good amount available for liquidity. When I say a good amount, if you getting a $300,000 loan, which I don't know why you flipping a house that's $300,000 if you've never done this before. If this is your first time out the gate, that's not where you want to be. I got a client right now, she's sticking at 200, and I want her to go lower. But we know that it's not enough inventory out here, and we're looking at off-market deals. And by the way, you can always check out my off-market property list for Georgia and get updated every time one of these fly off-market raggedy behind houses come available. That you can buy and you can, I would say hold it. I wouldn't even say flip it, because you're gonna end up putting, if you buy a house $200,000, you can be in it already for about 50, in some cases 60,000, just to buy a $200,000 house. And if your math is good, praise God for you, you're gonna make that 60K back plus double, quadruple. Now I'm wondering. It's so many different ways to make 60K. Why do you have to take the risk of tying your money in there, putting it on the market, and one of these, you're competing now because it's a buyer's market. Buyers are picking and choosing what they want. Trust me, I had an investor. This one had 5 offers. Well, 5 contracts. 5 contracts, and they all fell apart. He's still trying to get rid of that mug. He had to end up leasing it out. Because at the end of the day, you're too far in. You're too far in to cut it. No, it's way too hard. You need to cut. I'm sorry. My mind just be going. But you risking too much to get too little. It's not enough. It's not enough. Your deals, I respect those people who do flips, and they may do 1, probably 2 a year. And those 1 or 2, the margins are so freaking large. And they will sit and wait for the right flip, the right location, right timing. I said this is as much of a skill as anything else.
It's cute for content. Buy and hold is a whole different ball game. Get locked in or get left behind.